Boy, did you ever think this was going to happen? I was just telling somebody, I remember when we had sort of a, must have been about 8 years ago, sort of a kickoff, and Debbie Montgomery and I were here, and I pledged $5,000 out of Debbie Montgomery's fund to get this started, and she was not really pleased with me, but I said, hey, you come here and take credit, you got to ante up. So, well, we have so many people that have worked on this, you know, the city, in the community, with the AMVETs. It's a very, very proud day. I think all of you know that the history of the West Side and the folks down here enlisting and going into the service as an entire neighborhood. It's that kind of tradition that makes us proud to be St. Paulites, but also West Siders. This, of course, is a monument and a credit to every service person and every person who's represented this country. But you know, it really is important that it's down here in Harriet Island. Harriet Island used to be, as anybody my age or older knows, sort of the West Side's park. There were 4th of July picnics, softball tournaments. It was the neighborhood's park. And I think it's so appropriate that this monument be erected here on the site of so many historic events. I guess I'm not even going to try to go through the list of names, but the monument being designed by one of our local people, the fundraising that was done, the support we've gotten from city departments, this means so much, and I want to thank everyone that's had a part in it. I want to introduce next the Mayor of St. Paul, Mayor Chris Coleman.
Well, we couldn't have a more beautiful day and a more appropriate opportunity to honor our veterans, not just from the West Side, though we like to take pride on the West Side for all of our veterans, but across the city of St. Paul and across this region. All the Mexican veterans that have served over the years, so proud, all the Latino, Hispanic servicemen and women that have served in every conflict that this country has been engaged in from the very beginning. The names are, you know, we know them well, not just as our veterans, but also as our community leaders. Rangos and Aguirres and Silvas and, you know, Rodriguez, and you go through all of these, you know, names. I'm looking at all these wonderful posters, and I'm thinking, you know, you can go to every one of those names and you can tell stories of the history of these families, not just on the West Side, but across the city of St. Paul, and how not only did they serve their country, but more importantly, serve their community when they came back, and were business leaders and teachers and just members of our city that were such an important part of it. So when we honor them today, we thank them for their service. We recognize the sacrifice that they've made. We recognize all that they've done for the city of St. Paul and for our country to make us safer, to make us freer, and to take risks and do things that no person has ever done. For those of us that are children of World War II veterans in particular, and my father was in the Navy, was senior at Cretin High School when Pearl Harbor was attacked. He always tells me this, told the story about how the next day, on Monday, December 8th, the head of the Cretin came in, and the first thing he said was, none of you are leaving school until you complete your senior year. But the minute they all got out, the minute they graduated, the first thing they did was they went and they signed up, because that was a spirit of unity, a spirit of determination, and that was replicated so many times throughout this city. Whether you were at Humboldt High School or Harding or Johnson or Cretin, I don't know about the St. Thomas kids, but the rest of us, the rest of our parents and our brothers and sisters did that and did it well. So this is a fitting and appropriate honor. I want to thank Dave for his leadership on it as well. I want to thank our park staff under the leadership of Mike Hom. I want to thank U.S. Bank for their generous support of this project. But mostly, I want to thank all of you veterans and all the family members of the veteran that have kept this dream alive, that have kept the vision alive, that have worked so hard to do this. Dave said, would you ever believe that this could happen? And some of you responded, absolutely. And it was because you were determined to make it happen. You were determined to figure out how to get the job done. And you knew it was important that we honored all of our veterans that have served so proudly in the city of St. Paul. So with that, I am pleased and honored to turn it over to our commander, Michael Medina. Michael.
Thank you, Mayor, for all those kind words. And What I'd like to do is there are other people here that we'd like to acknowledge. And from Senator Amy Klobuchar, we have Tim Kosser, who wants to say a few words.
Good afternoon, or morning, I guess. Senator Klobuchar would love to be here, and she asked me that I read this letter to you. Dear friends, thank you for inviting me to participate in the groundbreaking ceremony for the Plaza de Honor. While I'm unable to join you today, and I sincerely appreciate the opportunity to extend my congratulations to everyone on this momentous occasion. Construction of the Plaza de Honor project honors all veterans from St. Paul. Locating Plaza on Harriet Island is a wonderful addition to our state's capital city. In particular, I wanted to thank AMVET's Mexican American Post number 5 for your dedication to our members. Your commitment truly makes a difference. Thank you to everyone as well as the organizing committee for your efforts to construct this significant memorial. I appreciate all veterans and their service to our state and nation. Minnesota Mexican American veterans recognize the valiant service of all Minnesota veterans who have honorably and bravely served the United States Armed Forces during both peacetime and war since the founding of this great nation. This plaza is an appropriate extension to the Minnesota State Capitol Complex Veterans Plaque, a fitting location and a signature memorial to all of Minnesota's veterans. I want to thank you again for inviting me to participate in today's celebration. I share in your excitement and the anticipation on completion of this project. I look forward to visiting this moving memorial, and I'm honored to serve you in the United States Senate. Sincerely, Amy Klobuchar, United States Senator.
Now we have Nicole Lai from Senator Al Franklin's office.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to also read a letter from Senator Franken. Dear friends, congratulations on the groundbreaking of the Mexican American Veterans Post 5 Memorial. I'm sorry I could not be here with you in person to celebrate this momentous occasion. It is my understanding that this day is a result of 8 years of hard work and dedication. You all should be very proud of this accomplishment. I would also like to recognize the Post members who have passed away before this day and whose sacrifice will not be forgotten. Again, congratulations, and hope to receive an invitation to your formal dedication when the project is complete. Sincerely, Al Franken, United States Senator.
We also have some of our AMVET's officers from the national and the state level that I'd like to introduce. First is First Vice Commander, National of the 4th District, and that's Mike Cook. Then we have Minnesota AMVET's State Commander, Alan Ellsbury. And we have First Vice, the state of Minnesota, Richard Anderson. And we have Joe Mauricio, Second Vice Commander, Post 5, past Post 5 Commander, and a member of our AMVET's Post 5. We'd also like to acknowledge Richard Cruz, who's VFW 2nd District Senior Vice Commander. I don't know if I forgot anybody, but if I did, forgive me. We'll get you in the next round. I just wanted to say a few words, if I can find my notes. I was accused of being too windy last time I spoke, so I'll try to keep it short. First of all, did you ever think this day was coming?
No. Yes.
There it is. Well, the American Veterans Memorial Plaza de Honor has a nice ring to it. Will be dedicated to all veterans. We thank the city of St. Paul for this honor. St. Paul has always opened its doors to those seeking refuge and a better life. Today, we thank the city of St. Paul for recognizing a community that has become a rich texture in the fabric and the diversity of St. Paul. Many Mexican Americans settled in St. Paul's east side and the west side. The west side was the epic center of the Mexican community. It was one of those communities with a rich mix of immigrants. We lived together as one, not aware of language, color, or race. We did not lock our doors. But little is known of the patriotic service that the Mexican-American community has given to this service. This memorial recognizes the sacrifices by the family, by the veterans, the hardships that this Mexican community has given to this country. This site, as Councilman David Thune said, was because the West Side Flats was home to many of us, and this was one of our playgrounds. There are so many people we'd like to thank for making this dream come true. First of all, I'd like to thank the many men, women who are active in the military service today. First, I would like to thank Frank Rango, who 10 years ago, started this group with a group of 12 charter members, excuse me. They worked hard in the beginning. We went out and got new memberships, and that 12 group of men has now grown into over 100. We are one of the largest veterans groups in the state of Minnesota, and of course we're the only Mexican-American veterans group in the state. Frank has worked very, very hard in helping get this thing together. Ray Rango has worked very hard in putting this thing together along with me. He was my co-chairperson for the memorial, and he's done many things, many events. So thank you for Ray. I thank former Mayor Randy Kellery and former City Attorney Manuel Cervantes. They're the ones that got our foot in the door with the city. I also would like to thank all our members of Post 5, and especially the Guadalupanas. I think they're here today. The Guadalupanas is an organization with Our Lady of Guadalupe Church, and they, every time we call them, come over and help us make tacos and sell them at the Winter's Bar or any other event that we have, and they're right alongside of us to help earn money for this memorial. So thank you. One more page. And I really like to thank Mayor Coleman for allowing us to place this memorial in this beautiful park. I'd like to thank the parks and city planners for the hard work to make this happen. Mike Ham, Jody Martinez, Brian Trillette, and designer Ellen Stewart. She's designed the memorial. My biggest thanks really goes to Councilman David Thune. He was our biggest supporter, and he didn't drop the ball. Whenever it felt like we were going to lose it, he came through for us. And he worked very, very hard, and he still works hard for us. He shows up at all our events, and he's worked really hard, again, to get most of the building funded. So, and I'd like to really thank all the people that are out there, because I know in one way or another you all contributed to make this possible. So with that, thank you. We're going to do the reading of our past members who have passed away. These are only our Post 5 members.
We always ring the bell after we read a name. Charles Chuck Aguirre, Robert Aguirre, Adrian Burscheid, Domingo Bernal, Demetrio Casillas, Vicente de Leon, Jesse Estrada, Philip Garcia, Harry Garola, Robert Guzman, Jesse Velasquez, Leo Muniz, Leonard Yanis. Thank you.
Ready? Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Aim. Fire. Ready? Run. Reset. Arms.
I would like to do just one more thing before we leave, and that is to recognize some of our World War II members that are in our post, and they're here today. I think Manny Aguirre, the guy with all the medals. My father, Joseph Medina, a World War II veteran. Ben Yanis, World War II veteran. I don't know if we have any more. Is anybody else here that World War II? I think. Thank you, and then we'll look forward to seeing you when we do the dedication, which hopefully will be later this year or maybe first thing in the spring. So we'll see you then. Thank you very much for coming.